Alright, what we're going to do now is walk through one of the scenarios. We're going to walk through the Alaska dependent voter proof of concept. The dependent voter is the spouse of a military officer or enlisted person stationed overseas. Okay, so here we are at the Federal Voting Assistance Program proof of concept site. And what we did to make this simple and easy for government evaluators was we hosted this up into the Amazon cloud. We deliver all of our products as either on-premises products or cloud-based, so customers can get whatever deployment mechanism they want. We can take a walk through the proof of concept by clicking here on what's new, and this takes us to the voter landing page as opposed to the administrator. There's also an administrator scenario here that we'll look at later. And these are the three scenarios that we needed to do for the proof of concept: the Alaska ballot, the Texas ballot, and the Virginia ballot. They're very similar, but they also have some differences in their workflow and in the information that they present. So I'm going to go to the Alaska ballot and open this up. And what you're using here is the guides, the form guides for ES2 to provide the guided interactions. And so I'm a uniformed services member, spouse or dependent. I'm not a first-time voter. I voted as a domestic voter last time, and I'm a spouse or dependent, as I mentioned earlier. So provide my information. Next page gives me a set of dates that are going to be important to submitting this absentee ballot on time. I have to put in some information about myself, which will go into the ballot. And junior, I had no previous name, and I'm going to provide my Alaska's driver's license, which of course is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And submit that information. I now need to get some address information. I might fix that up on Smith Street. And I guess I should live in Wasilla, Alaska, postal code 01235 or whatever. And I'm going to say it's on the north slope. Alright, now we need to provide current residency information. So I'm at the Kandahar Air Base, and that of course is in Kandahar. And that is in Afghanistan, so I'll get that in there. And I want to use the voting assistance wizard. At this point I just could print out a blank ballot, fill it out by hand, print the envelope, and submit that back to the election agency, but I'm going to go through the wizard. And this is going to create an electronic record of this transaction, which will all be sent back to the election authority. So I have to declare my party affiliation. I'm going to say that I am an independent, and therefore I'm going to vote for Bob Leaf, who is my independent candidate. And what that's going to do now is go off and generate an actual PDF of the Alaska state ballot, as well as the transmission sheet, as well as a completely printed out return address with the address information for the state processing agency. So here you can see my ballot, and of course the ballot is active and live. If I get to this point and I decide, you know what, I really don't like Bob Leaf, come to think of it, I prefer Tom Jones's politics, then I can actually change it at this point. And here you can see is the electronic transmission street that's been all filled in to provide the information as to where this needs to go, my personal information. Of course, we've barcoded this information because it's going to be submitted electronically, and there's the envelope that'll also be submitted as part of this package. So at this point, as the remote service person, what I would do is print all this out, provide a wet signature, put the ballot into the pre-printed envelope, and send that back to the Alaska General and Special Elections Authority. So hopefully you can see how easy this is for the absentee ballot to be filled out and submitted. Now let's take a look at the capabilities that we provided for the state administrators. I want to finish our Federal Voters Assistance Program demo by showing you the administrative console that is provided for each of the state election administration officials. So here we've logged in as an administrator, and we've come in here and we're looking now at this submission log, which is showing us all of the various ballots that have been submitted, the Alaska ballots, the Texas ballot, the Virginia ballot. In this case, there's one administrator for this proof of concept. Normally, you know, this would be on a state-by-state basis, and so as the Alaska administrator, I would only see the Alaska ballots. If I come over here, I can drill down deeper and see a wealth of information: the submission key, the request time, the submission time, the actual receipt number for this ballot, the portal in which it came in on, the XML hash, and a variety of other information that's going to give me detail about this particular ballot that was submitted. Drilling down deeper, I can go over here to the set of graphics for the submission charts. I can see that since March 14th to today, we've got 44 Alaska submissions, we've got 15 Virginia submissions, and 31 Texas ballots. And then if I want to drill down deeper on that, I can look at a submission trend chart, which is going to show me the trends for requests over submission over a period of time. Here, when we began at the beginning of March, we had 92 submissions and 61. We had 92 requests and 61 submissions for about a 67% completion rate. And over here, we've got 61 submissions and 29. We've got 61 requests and 29 actual submissions for about a 44% completion rate. So this would allow me to be able to drill down into specific areas of the submission process and see whether or not there's a problem. In our case, we're doing demos, and so the actual abandonment rate is very high. We demo somebody, we walk through the interaction guides and never actually get to submitting the ballot itself. But the point is, this provides a wealth of information that would allow each of the state administrators to be able to effectively manage and control and optimize the experience for their absentee ballot users. So this brings us to the end of the case study. Everything that you've seen here was delivered to the Department of Defense in just 3 days, plus more you haven't seen in Texas or Virginia. It's a pretty impressive story. Imagine what we could do for your customer in 60, 90, or 120 days. It's hard to imagine there's another solution out there that could deliver an end-to-end lifecycle solution like this in such a short time frame. Learn more about Form Center at www.avoca.com/formcenter. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.